Hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video. Now we have a 2005 Mercedes C220 CDI, and can you guess what is wrong, people? It's fairly obvious, but let me start it up and you can hear what Thomas the Tank Engine, I mean what this Mercedes sounds like. Right, hopefully you can hear this. Ah, beautiful. Right, now this is the steam engine conversion in this Mercedes. I think it's number 3 that is leaking, I'm not sure. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to wash all this. So I'm going to wash it all first and then we're going to get back to it. Now you can just see how clean we've got it. There's still a little bit of crap there, but it is a million times cleaner. So what I'm going to do next is just take off all these little clips for the return of the diesel. Then I'm going to take off the electrical connector. Then I'm going to take off the feed pipe, and then we're going to see if this injector is stuck. Now, the worst ones I've ever done are Mercedes BMWs. They're just the worst injectors that I've personally ever done. I've had issues with all cars, but Mercedes and BMWs tend to be the worst as regards getting stuck. So let's hope it's not. We're going to get the torque down there to release the bolt. I have a special tool from Hobby Tools, and hopefully that will allow me to pull the injector up, but time will tell. So once I've just undone all them, I'll turn the camera back on. Right, I've taken it off, and of course it's absolutely welded in there, just as I thought. Taking off this, which is a 14mm. This taking out the bolt, which is a T40. And now we come to actually put the injector puller on. This is the tool I'm using from Hobby Tools. I've done a full video review on this, but I'll leave the link down to the tool and the video in the description. So we screw that on to where we actually took the pipe off. Now the good thing about this tool is some of them you have to dismantle the injector to get the tool on. With this you don't, you just screw it into the pipe, which is really handy. Let me set this tool up first and then we'll see if we can get it out. Now the first thing we can do before we decide to pull it is just try and rock it backwards and forwards. Now you have to be very, very careful rocking them backwards and forwards. Don't keep spinning them, because what will happen is if the bottom half of the injector is stuck in, you're going to spin the top half and only get half of the injector, and all the little valves and pins and little springs are all going to fall out and your injector is destroyed. But moving it backwards and forwards like this isn't a problem. Now I'm going to get the slide hammer on and see if we can get it off. Right, now, and about 4 billion years later, slight exaggeration, I know, but it seems to be moving. It just took an awful long time, and believe me, smacking that weight up and down soon tires you out. Now what I've done, even in the previous video, I've got a little washer here. Now I think they've either redesigned the kit or they're doing something with this. I'm not 100% sure, but I know when they saw the video, this washer they liked, because what happens sometimes is this collar slides down and it just makes it obviously you kind of have to hold the collar, and it's just a bit awkward. But with the little washer there, it just makes life a lot easier. Now I'm going to try and get it in on camera. There we go. Now that, believe me, makes life so much easier. And then hopefully we can get to the actual copper ring, see how bad it is. But look at that, absolutely minging. It's another good reason to clean everything, so a lot less crap falls down in there and goes into your engine. The little bit of this black stuff's not going to really do any harm, but you don't want anything major falling down there. Now you can just see how bad and full of crap that was, and believe me, without this it is just a nightmare. If this doesn't take it out and it's completely seized in there, you need one of them special, you know, thousands upon thousands of pounds hydraulic pullers. But this does do the job, and it gets you fit. Now, can we see down there? Just let me turn the light on. Now you can just see kind of what's left of the copper ring, if anything. I can't quite see. Anyway, now I'm going to see if I can try and fish that out. There's a few tools doing it, there's a few ways. People have made also suggestions that you stick a screwdriver in, but the problem with that is when the center goes misshapen in the middle, a screwdriver doesn't work. because you're relying on the thickness of the screwdriver to actually get the center of the washer. But when the washer gets misshapen in the center, like a lot of them do, screwdrivers don't work all the time. I'm gonna have to try and clean this now to see exactly what's going on and exactly what is or isn't in there. Right, hopefully, so let me get the torch down there. You can kind of see, if I can get, now, you kind of see that shiny bit there. It looks like a half moon. That's all that's left. Oh, hold on, wait. There, you can just see it there, kind of shining. That's all that's left of it. And normally, let's see if the camera's gonna focus. Nope. But anyway, you can just kind of see it sparkling there. Normally when that happens, I find the easiest thing to do is blow compressed air down it to shoot that up. You can get a little hook and a screwdriver, but sometimes it just slips off. But yeah, compressed air, and put your hand over the top of it and try and catch it. I'm going to try that, because when you blow compressed air, it can shoot it and you might not know. Once it's out, I don't really care, but I want to try and keep it so I can show you afterwards. Now here you go, I managed to get it, and this is what I was saying. On one video I was struggling to get this out, and people said, oh, just use a screwdriver, it works all the time. As you can see, a screwdriver would have not got this out. The middle is completely gone, and what happens sometimes is the middle gets bigger than the hole where the injector goes down, so you can't get a screwdriver in it anyway. What I did was just kind of got a screwdriver in there to try and loosen it, compressed air, screwdriver, compressed air, and finally got it out with like compressed air really, but the screwdriver was just to kind of break it loose first. But as you can see, nothing left of it whatsoever. So what I got to do now is I've got to cut the seal with a special tool. It's not too bad down there, but we're going to put a new cut on it so the new seal just lines up perfectly. I got another tool for that. I'll show you that. And yeah, then we have to order 4. We can do all 4 and put it all back and start it and see how we go. Sorted. Right, now we're going to cut the injector seal, and this is the Hobby Tools kit for that. And what you need to do is you need to get the right one for your particular car, and in this case it's the 1719 one. So what you do is you take that out of there, put it on here, put the little grub screw on, and then use our handle and this, and we can cut the new seat. Sorted. Right, so all we need to do to cut the new seat, it's very simple. Put this straight down. You don't want to go hard on this because this is very strong, and you don't want to push down too hard because you can actually take a lot of material off. We don't want to take a lot of material. I'm just going to kind of just put a little bit of pressure on it, and all I'm doing is just cleaning up the seat. That's all I'm doing. I'm not so much really cutting it, and that's it. I've gone round, say, twice. And pull this out. And you look down there. I need to get some light on, but once I get some light in there, I guarantee you that's going to be all nice. It looks kind of bad, but believe me, it'll be good. Right, as you can see, you can just see the bits of crap on the end of that, which is good. And now put the torch down there. Hopefully, there we go. Now look at that. Now you can really see how shiny that is. I just need to clean up a little bit more, but you can see the difference now, and that'll be perfect to put the new washer down there and everything, and we'll be good to go. Right, and all I'm doing is I'm just pushing down on it and just turning it. I'm not pushing down hard, but that's all I'm doing, just basically turning it like that. Right, what you have to do is you have to be very careful. You can see now, perfect, you can see all that shining back at me, and you can see that little bit of black. That's because it's not sealed properly. So in other words, I have to keep cutting this valve down or cutting this seat down until it's completely and utterly shiny, not just that little bit of black. That will most probably seal, but what will happen is that will give me a weak point, and this won't last very long at all. You can see now just how much I've actually taken away from that, and we're just left with a very tiny bit now. So I've got to keep doing that because otherwise it will just leak. Yeah, so all I'm doing is just turning it. I've maybe turned it 6 or 7 times now, maybe 10 times. Just pull it out. There is tiny little bit of metal fragments that go into it, but believe me, it's nothing worth mentioning about. And then you can just see it's just a tiny bit left now. We've nearly got it. Go around a few more times and that should be it. The new washer, it's all been cleaned. Right, that one was quite bad, to be honest. Now look at that, see how shiny that is? I must have turned that about 20-25 times. I just turn it a couple of times at a time, take it out and check it, put it back in, turn it a couple more times, because believe me, it doesn't take much to take a lot of material off, and you want to keep checking it. But that valve seat is now, or the injector seat is now absolutely perfect. So this new seal should seal. Lovely, sorted. Unfortunately, it didn't work, so I'm going to try it again. Yeah, that's such a shame. Right, look what I've just spotted. It's actually started to cut the injector, so that won't seal. I'm going to have to see if I can file this very gently into some sort of flatness and see if that works. This injector's most probably screwed, so we've got no option. We're going to try it, because if it doesn't work, we need to get an injector anyway. Right, I've just been, as you can see, filing it down, and I have to say it is looking pretty good. I mean, it was worth a try because we haven't done anything to the injector. It's just, we're just making that level again so it can seat properly. So yeah, I mean, it looks quite good. Let's try it. Right, we're all back on. Let's see if it's worked with the little file. Boom! Boom, 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 boom! Sorted! I know people might ask, and this is a Mercedes W203. But basically what I did will work on any type of diesel injector. Some of them are just really hard to get out. So that is it now done. That's it. The new washer, actually filed down the injector, cut the new seat. It's all done. It's all good. It's not making any noise. Boom, it's sorted. So look, hope it helps. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Don't forget, links up here, links down below. But most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one. Sorted.